Hello again, boys and girls. Now we're going to do science. We're going to talk about the weather. And I'm feeling a little under the weather today. Have you ever heard that term? Under the weather means not feeling so great. But the learning must go on. So yesterday we started talking about weather and we named some different types of weather. Sunny, cloudy, rainy, snowy, windy, partly cloudy, thunderstorms, foggy, and then we also talked about words that tell us how it feels outside, like cool, or chilly, or cold, or warm, or hot. That's a very important part of knowing the weather, right? So we know how to dress. And what do we use to measure temperature? Temperature is measured. Do you just go outside and say, okay, I need a jacket. Oh, I need a sweater. But sometimes, as you know, the weather changes throughout the day, like you saw yesterday in your little newspaper, right? The day might start off sunny and then it could turn cloudy and the other way around. So sometimes weather changes quickly. Okay, we measure temperature with a device called a thermometer. And here I drew you one and you're going to make your own and we'll talk about that in a minute. But there are different types of thermometers to measure the temperature of different types of things. If you're not feeling well, your mom and dad don't use the same thermometer they would check meat when it comes out of the oven, right? No, they use a special thermometer, an oral thermometer, and nowadays they have digital oral thermometers, right? Oral means you put it in your mouth. Digital means it has a battery in it, so it reads the temperature right there. Okay, that is a human thermometer. Okay, we also have meat thermometers. This one has a dial on it, and the dial then points to the number to say the degrees. Temperature is measured in degrees. Some places use Celsius. Here in the United States, we use Fahrenheit degrees. Okay, in Canada, where my cousins live, they use Celsius. So their numbers would be different than ours, and then you have to know how to convert it, change it over, translate it, like we did with patterns, translate it, say it in a different way. So this is a meat thermometer, and you would stick this end in the meat, and the dial will turn because meat needs to be a certain temperature in order for it to be finished. Okay, this is another kind of meat thermometer, again with a dial. This is also a meat thermometer. This one is digital, so it has a battery. And you put one end in the meat, it checks the temperature, and you know if it's finished. And this is an outdoor digital thermometer. And then this one I had in the classroom. Can be used indoors or outdoors. If we were in school, I would put it outside for a little while, and then I would bring it back in so you could see how the temperature is different. Okay, and again, this one has a dial. And the dial would go to higher numbers for hotter temperatures and to lower numbers for cooler temperatures. What we're going to do today is you're going to see how a thermometer measures temperature. So I have some ice and I have some just like room temperature water. And then I have some hot water. So we're going to do the hot water first. I'm going to move closer to the camera, hoping that you will be able to see the mercury go up or down on the thermometer. All right, I'm going to try it with this big one. So first, we'll start with the hot water. Now, if we were in school, you would buddy up with a partner, and you would use these little thermometers, and you would see how it changes. Your water would definitely not be this hot. But I'm sending the activity directions home. If mom and dad have time, they can try it with you so you can see. So I'm going to move closer to the camera with the hot water. Let's see what happens. Hoping you can see. Okay, see where it is now? It's about 70 degrees, which is about room temperature. And let's see if the mercury is going to go up. Woo! It's way up there. Did you see it? I'm going to do it with the other one now, hoping you can see that. It went all the way to the top because this water is pretty hot. Okay. See where it is now? Can you see? Let me look. Okay. It's right about here. It's about 70 degrees. That's room temperature. So let's see if it goes up. It's going up all the way to the top. This is very hot water. Okay, so if you can see it, the mercury went all the way up. Okay, now we're going to put it right in the cold water. We'll see if we can see it go down. Or no, I'm sorry, ice. We're going in ice. Okay, can you see? Gee, I hope I didn't break it with that hot water. It's moving down. See if I can get it in the ice more. It's moving. A little slower than I wanted to, but temperature doesn't rise and fall quickly. Where'd it go? There it is. See it dropping? Going down, it's getting colder. You'll see at the top of the thermometer, we see a C for Celsius, that's a soft C, and we see an F for Fahrenheit. We measure in Fahrenheit. So now, it was all the way up here, like in the hundreds. Now we are down to 80. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm going to get the other thermometer, put that one in. See. Can you see the red? Watch it go down. Okay, on this thermometer, the Fahrenheit is on this side. So right now we're down to 60 degrees Fahrenheit and still going down. But like I said, temperature doesn't drop very fast. Trying to be steady for you. Okay, I'm going to keep that one in there, and I'm going to go on to the warm water with the other one, and we'll see what happens. You saw how quickly it went up because I submerged it. That means I stuck it right in really hot water. Where's our warm water? It's our hot. Okay. Go back to the other thermometer, and right now it is below 60. So we're looking at the left side where the Fahrenheit is. Let me get a good position for you. Let's see if it goes up. It might just stay where it is. Let's watch. There it is. Well, since the water was room temperature and the thermometer went back to room temperature, it's pretty much staying at room temperature. Put it in the hot water again so you can see it go up. And we'll check the one that's in our ice water in a second. Water in here. It's all our hot water. Okay. We get a steady position for you. Okay, let's see where it is. Hold on. Oh, got it upside down. Don't want to read a thermometer upside down. Okay, can you see? See the red line? It's going to go up. Watch. Now, because it's making such a drastic change, it should go up pretty quick. See? There it goes. All the way to the top. Now, I'll put it back in the ice. Watch it go down. All right. Let's get it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Going down. See it? So we went from one extreme, really hot, to really cold. So it will move faster. Okay. You get it? So a thermometer is very important for us to check the temperature outside. Now, if you look on the big thermometer that I made, you're going to make one of your own. You can see the dark blue indicates very cold. Do you remember the freezing temperature? We talk about it in the morning during the winter when we did weather. Right, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And the way you write that is like this. 32, put a little circle, that means degrees, and the F is Fahrenheit. We measure in Fahrenheit. Okay. So freezing is 32. Anything lower than that is very, very cold. And sometimes we say below freezing. If you ever hear the weatherman say below freezing, he's saying it's lower than 32. And then we move up a little on the thermometer, and we go to an area that's, we would say, is cool. And that would be like in the 40s. And then we move up a little more, we'd say those temperatures are mild. Still need a jacket, right? So that would be like in the 50s and 60s. Then we move up a little more and we say it's warm. So that would be like in the upper 70s into the 80s, maybe the lower 90s. And then when we get to 90 and above, we say it's hot. So our boiling point, water boils at 220 degrees. That's very hot because your normal body temperature is about 98 degrees. So if something is 220, that's very hot. Body temperature, normal without a fever, is about 98. Room temperature, the normal temperature in a room, is usually about 70 degrees. And then our freezing is 32. Okay, so you're going to do one of those too. And hopefully you can explore a little at home with the thermometers that you have, but you need to do that with an adult. Okay, let's see if this guy went down. He's still working on going down. But that was pretty neat, right? Watching it going from really hot water, going up, and then putting it in ice, and it goes down. Okay, so you have to do that with a grown-up. So temperature is very important for us to know for all different reasons, not just the outdoor temperature, but like I said, our own temperature, the temperature of the food that we eat. Now, Mom and Dad, I don't know what I was going to say. It'll come back to me. Okay, well, we talked about that weather chart. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to make your own, like this, so you have an idea of warm, cold, hot, cool. Okay, so yours is going to look like this, and I do boxes so you know how to color it. And then you're going to take that information, and this can help you complete these pages because you're going to look at the thermometer to tell if it's in the hot zone or a cold zone. And then you'll look at the activity, and then you will circle if it is hot or cold. And then you will also do here, you're going to read the temperature. So you look at how far up it goes, look at the number next to it, and then you'll write it. And then down below, you'll put 2 pictures under each to show an activity that you can do when it is hot, warm, or cold. So temperature is fun. Okay, and then here is the directions for the experiment that I just did. If your parents have time, maybe they can do it with you. But if they can't, it's okay, because I showed you, and I'm going to send you a cool video clip too. Okay, and you'll also have an activity on Seesaw for weather, for temperature. So don't forget to do your weather chart tomorrow. Okay? Remember the story of Froggy the Frogcaster? That's what he did every day and got very interested in it. Okay, we talked about different thermometers. We used a thermometer. We reviewed the weather. Okay, so we'll talk a little more about temperature tomorrow, and then we're going to move on to other aspects of weather.